Ja Morant responded to Draymond on Twitter. They got into a little bit of a back and forth, and it seems like the Christmas game that's going to happen is Memphis versus Golden State. And they're going to go to Golden State. And Ja's response to that, when they were talking about it, he tweeted, "Tell him book that shit, I'm on your block." And other things he said is that, "Nah, we in the M, bring him to the trenches." And somebody tweeted, "Ja, why do you get on here thugging? You are rich." And his response was, "Cause the money won't ever change me. Been on that, still on that, forever on that, won't ever speak on it." So what?
Even though he just spoke on it.
Yeah. What are your thoughts on Ja Morant acting like this on Twitter? Do you find it a problem? Are you okay with it? Do you think this isn't a story? What do you think, Riff?
I think I'm gonna use Little Dirk Banks, as a form of an example here. Dirk D. Banks. His father was, a known, you know the stories. Dirk D. Banks, he was a rapper. He gradually, he's been known, but he gradually finally got his fame, finally got popping. He has a lot of kids. He has a wife. He kind of trended towards, once he got rich, he even moved out of Chicago, got a different house, took his family out the hood. He kind of trended towards a different way when he got rich to like, I know who I am now. I know I have to protect this image. I have kids and stuff like that. And I say that to say Ja Morant has a kid. He has a family. He has this type of, this influence. And I know he didn't choose to, but this influence towards young kids in the NBA coming up. He's sort of like a role model for them. So to be doing this, I don't want to call him. I understand you want to kind of stay who you are and true to yourself, but at the same time, money change you don't hurt a little bit. As long as you don't change the way you treat the people who was there for you, I think you can change how you move. Change how you act in certain situations, change how you react to certain situations. So talking like that, sounding like a gangster, is kind of hilarious. Like even you look at, there's a lot of gang members in the NBA, but they've kind of kept that. Yo, I got to change my image. I got to kind of I'm this type of celebrity, stuff like that. Even rappers, when they go in, they got to kind of change that. I can't do that. So some you get the exceptions. But I think Ja Morant, he can talk the way he talk, but he has to chill with we in the trenches, sounding like this is about to be a gunfight. Because, bro, it's just a basketball game, bro. You just come to Memphis.
This dude is finna stay at the 5-star hotel.
Yeah, like you about to get treated well. Just come hoop, bro. We don't got to do all the extra talking and stuff like that. But he has to just mature. He's still really young. We have to always remember that. Ja Morant's still around our age, so he's still young. He has to mature. He got to chill out, though, because Draymond just won a chip, so he got to come to Golden State. All that coming to Memphis shit not happening.
He told Kuminga he got to earn the stripes.
That's fair. The ring chasing to an extent. When I did tweet this out of humor, though, I said Jonathan Kuminga got a chip for Chris Paul. I was playing, though, but I didn't lie, but I was playing, though. But, yeah, the ring chasing, when you ain't really put in for that ring, you can have it, but you got to chill with talking to certain players. But I like what's been going on with Memphis and Golden State going back and forth. It's good for the NBA. People could finally stop being friends and stop being so coddly to each other.
We need this.
Yeah, talk crazy.
We need this.
Set the games up. NBA need the Christmas game right there. Set it up.
They tried doing it to the Knicks and the Nets, or the Knicks and the Hawks, and like the Knicks just aren't good.
Yeah,
the Hawks aren't good either, though.
Well,
I think Trae Young has a winning
We also
record
don't have
against
players
the Hawks.
that act like that. RJ Barrett ain't gonna go on Twitter like, "Oh,
RJ be
fuck
chilling.
Trae Young."
Yeah.
Yeah, RJ's mature for his age, really mature for his age.
That's because that Montverde shit, man. They like a damn, I don't know. They just all mature.
Yeah, Ja probably has the most influence of any player that's under like 30 to 27 years old. Of this new wave of NBA players, he's got more influence than the rest.
I don't know. I just think when Ja does it, it feels forced. When if Anthony Edwards talks like this, I'm kind of like fine.
It's unapologetic.
But even then, he don't talk.
He doesn't talk like that.
Yeah, he talks gangster, but in like a humor way. Like that's really just how he talks.
He's Atlanta.
Yeah, like this dude Ja. Why are you tweeting like that? Like that don't even. What did that say? I don't know what you said. So it's like stuff like that don't make no sense. But
The Dylan Brooks effect.
Dylan Brooks, I don't know.
He definitely talking too much though. I'm not a fan. I like my guys to not like I think when you're so good, you don't say anything. Like we would never see this from Steph. You don't see LeBron telling us how good he is, all that talking and we spinning and all of that shit. That shit kind of you just shut up and you get them next time on the court. I'm all for talking shit and having a rival, but in a post game. But as far as Twitter, it's just no need. It's just a bunch of talking. That does nothing. It just serves no point. And I think the other guys that all of these guys trying to be or be in a conversation with, they didn't do this. Michael Jordan was, and I know he didn't have Twitter, but even now with Twitter, we don't see Michael Jordan doing a bunch of interviews telling us how good he was. We didn't see that from Kobe. We don't see it from Giannis. Like, I like guys that let the game speak for themselves. I'm making a mental note. You see, as soon as they won, Klay Thompson, hey, JJJ, whatever he said, he mocked us. He's a bum. I have the right to say that now because I won. Yeah. I'm using it as a mental note.
They beat them.
Now, when I get the chance to talk on it, boom. Now, if the Grizzlies win the championship next year, Jaren Jackson Jr., you make a mental note. Remember when Klay Thompson said I was a bum? Well, who the bum now? And then now that's a rivalry. But all this Twitter shit, shenanigans, it's gonna mess the game up. It really is.
When he got hurt and took it to Twitter, broke the code, I was ready to delete Twitter and just turn off all my devices. I was like, we can't be doing this.
Broke the code.
I wonder if someone from his camp a minute later is like, Jai, I gotta take that down, bro. It's like
broke the code. I don't get it, man. It's new age though.
I feel like he's one of those guys that is being propped up as a superstar, and then in a year or two is one of those guys that is universally disliked by the NBA fan base.
For real. Yes.
You know what's crazy? Based off his game style, I don't think he'll ever be disliked. But I think he is forced. Like you said, he is forcing himself. So? Like based on the way he plays, no. Like if I'm like a new fan and I ask you, yo, Joel, like who should I go watch highlights? I'm sure you would probably throw me John Morant highlights. Like, yo, bro, watch him. Like he'll make you like the game.
He's gonna be annoying.
Yeah,
but Giannis was disliked.
Beloved guys, they all quiet.
It's when he talked too much, like all the Twitter stuff. Like he got to humble himself a little more, and he is a humble dude. But I think the Twitter world is getting ahead.
But Westbrook was always kind of polarizing, though.
But you knew in that court,
but in his interviews, not on Twitter.
Yeah.
Even if Westbrook was polarizing, you knew in that court you're gonna love him. That high energy when he dunked that ball, when he get a steal, you know for that you're gonna get geeked up with him.
Oh, that's rich coming from you. Did you ever love Westbrook?
I like Westbrook dunking the ball.
But you was always highly critical of Westbrook.
Because he do dumb shit at the end of the game. What you want me to do? What do you want me to lie about the dumb shit he do? But when he get a dunk, when he threw it on Thon Maker, you thought I was sitting there like I don't like him?
I know what you mean. I know what you mean, but I think sometimes like depending on how loud you are off the court, it really doesn't matter about how you play. People forget it because it only becomes fresh for so long.
Yeah.
Like now it's fresh, but Ja doing this for 2 years straight. 2 years from now, we're going to be like, it's regular, and we're not going to be in awe about it. There's going to be like Scoot Henderson coming around, dunking on everybody, and he's going to be the new star.
Speaking of Giannis, you mentioned people not liking him. I think that's because he's not relatable. You know, how many people are 6'11"? Just
he also don't work out with nobody else.
He got liked after the championship.
Well, I'm saying before then. With Ja, he's smaller and he's not 6'11". He's a joy to watch. He's only 6'3". So I think it's a little bit different in terms of like.
But people don't like they didn't like Giannis' game.
Yeah,
that's different from being liked as a person. Like Joel said, once he won a championship and people was like, oh, he can win like this. He's like the most beloved guy because you have nothing but to respect. The dude shared shoes with his brother before he got to the league. Yeah. Who don't root for that? And even still, he won and was at Chick-fil-A. He's just the most humble, underdog story. You gotta love it. Ja has the same kind of underdog story mentality, but he just pops the shit to make you. That's like Draymond. I like Draymond, but I think for him to be telling us how great he is all the time, it means you're not that great. You have to remind me how great you are. It's like, are you really that great?
Yeah.
Yo, I'm the best defender ever. We did. Motherfucker, I can't tell. You're telling me every chance you get. It's just, I don't know. The guys who talk a lot, I do agree with Joel. Guys who talk a lot, they just put themselves in a position to be disliked because it just becomes annoying. It's just like, shut the fuck up.